Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. My name's Simon, and this is my daily Bitcoin price action analysis. Happy Sunday to you all. I hope you're having a pleasant weekend and have managed to catch a bit of upside after yet another bounce from the bottom of the range, which we'll dive into straight away once I've reminded you that I'm not a financial advisor, and therefore this is not financial advice. Okay, so there you go. You can see the 4-hour range. I brought the range down just a little bit to reflect that while it was, all you could call it was a flirtatious closure below the previous bottom on the 4-hour, but it just bounced back up and is now in and around the middle. So yeah, looks like continuation within this range. Well, what's interesting when I zoom in, so this is the 4-hour time frame, you can see these candles when it first, if you like, entered into the range, were indecision candles at the midpoint, and the same's happening again now. That's just an observation. It doesn't really mean anything other than, oh look, over here looks similar to over here. Yeah. Use that information as you choose. And if I was to give you any advice, I would choose not to spend too much mental energy on it. Anyway, zooming into the lower time frames, which is where basically if you're a trader, you will have only been trading on the lower time frames since Valentine's Day. And as you can see, so my video yesterday was, I did it in the afternoon yesterday because I had a few things going on. So it was around here at the bottom of the range, I think it was. I can't remember the time. Anyway, so it was around here. And yeah, it just did its thing again and bounced off the bottom and has now been hovering. Oh, no, I remember when I did my video. I did my video here. Let me stick a trend line on and then it might jog your memory as well. So I did my video when Bitcoin was here, and I said it was in a bit of a long based off these higher highs and higher lows. And lo and behold, it did do a bit of an impulsive move back up to the middle. So that was good. That was nice. I've re-entered along. What you do, of course, is entirely up to you. But as you can see, it's still making higher highs and higher lows on this 15-minute time frame, having shrugged off these lower lows and lower highs as of the end of last week. It feels weird to be start to refer to another weekly closure when I seem to recall talking about last week's weekly closure not very long ago at all. But there is one rapidly approaching, and yeah, it's just going to be an indecision closure on the weekly because the price action has been going sideways. So as it stands, probably more upside. You can clearly see now there's a 15-minute range that's established itself. So that trend line's fair enough, picking out the lower lows and lower highs. But if you wanted to be a bit more conservative, you can do this sort of thing. So you just want to set a couple of horizontal lines for yourself, or you don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it. And you can see the top and the bottom of the lower time frame range. And it's not bad to trade it like that. Although if you did want to long this, it's better to try and catch along closer to the bottom of the range than taking it at the top. Because remember those 3 golden rules. Trend is your friend. Never long resistance. Never short support. So if you're not in a long for this section of price action, don't get into a long up here is what I'm referring to there. Or maybe I should put it this way. I wouldn't get into a long up here, just like I wouldn't get into a short down here, even on the low time frames. So if I wasn't in a long now, I've just re-entered into a long, then I would wait for a break of the top of this mini range, look for some sort of confirmation that it wasn't just a fake out, and then enter along. But entering towards the top of any range, which could be on the lower time frames like this, or for example on the 4-hourly, going along these points would be a bad idea, and going short here, here, or here would be a bad idea. But then that applies to any time frame. So if you're playing the range, the two ways of playing the range game basically, and those two ways are, so this is the 15-minute time frame again, and this is the current price action. You either, when you're playing the range game, so you set yourself up a range with a high and a low, and then you either wait for the price to come to the bottom and then long, and conversely wait for the price to come to the top and short, or you wait for a break and then confirmation that price isn't about to just enter back into the range. So with some sort of price action that reflects continuation following the break. So if I draw a little wiggly line, so let's say, for example, that this trend line isn't correct here, and that actually it's more of a 15-minute range between this top and bottom. So if price comes back down to the bottom and then breaks and then shows you some sort of confirmation of the break like that, that's a much better time to short than at the range itself or in a lower part of the range. And the same goes for the top, but obviously just in the opposite direction. So, so there you go. So what else have I got to say about today? Well, another random straight orange line. Got a habit of doing those, haven't I? But what I would say is the longer that on the lower time frames, this is a 15-minute time frame, the longer that price holds this midpoint, the more likely it is to break above and retest the top, which is coming at 52.5. And for a further retest of the low, you would want to see closures below where I put that mini range line there, which is coming in at basically, where's it coming in? It's coming in at 51,450, so around about those. So closures below there, retest to the bottom. And that would look good for a continuation on the higher time frames of this downtrend. I put a line on yesterday that was sort of a bit more like that, and that was broken. It was broken here, but you could. There's still a chance for a more sort of prolonged downtrend for sure. But I think right now the momentum has shifted a little bit more towards upside, I would say, but only on the lower time frames, and that's probably all you can say about it. So that's coming up for 9 minutes. I think I'll leave it at that for today. I hope you have a marvelous Sunday, and indeed your weekend has been fun. Do me a favor, if you've enjoyed this video, if it's been in any way useful, made you smile or gone, that seems to make sense, then don't forget to like and subscribe. That would be marvelous. And if you don't, no worries. But if you want to see me again, do you know what? I'll be back here doing it all again tomorrow for a brand new week. So take care. Enjoy your Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.